Well, now here in mid-Michigan, the state capitol building has been getting some much-needed TLC, and those tune-ups are almost complete.
Yeah, and that's good news because that means the scaffolding that has filled the Capitol dome will be removed. Claudia is here in studio to tell us about when that'll take place.
Yeah, so it's been since July since the scaffolds were put up. To this day, I've never seen something like it. It was literally like a tower of scaffolding. It was wild. But all that hard work will be done soon, and I'm so excited. Take a look. The last time I took a trip to the state capitol building was a little under a year ago. We caught up with Rob Blackshaw about the historic restoration of the interior Capitol Dome.
Here we are now working on what we call our first decorative surface kickoff project, and it is the biggest one of them all. We don't settle for good enough. We try to make sure we take it to the highest bar.
To reach the top of the dome, 70,000 tons of scaffolding were put up 150 feet high. That's 10,000 individual pieces of scaffolding in a very old and delicate building.
We will be doing some real important work on conserving and cleaning up some very exquisite artwork.
It was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. But now, the work to restore the historic artwork is in the final stages. Barb is the assistant director of the Capitol, and she said getting up close and personal to such intricate art was her favorite part.
This is only the fourth time since the Capitol was opened in 1879 that it's been scaffolded. So it's wonderful to have the opportunity to get up close and to look at those paintings eye to eye to see the allegories.
The restoration project was truly a labor of love, carefully removing decades of dust from each nook and cranny within the interior. Any needed paint tune-ups were varnished to bring out the original colors. The paintings put up in 1886 represent what the then designers felt were the state's priorities for the future of the young state: arts, agriculture, law, sciences, justice, industry, commerce, and education. Construction projects like this have been an ongoing part of the Capitol's history, but none of them have been this painstaking and careful.
That restoration from 1989 to 92 was from top to bottom, inside and out. So at that point, it just becomes continual maintenance. So the subsequent projects we've had in the last 10 years are upgrades and just maintaining so that we never fall into the disrepair that had happened leading up to the 1970s.
The project itself is actually ahead of schedule and cheaper than original estimates at a pretty $3 million. And those involved say they think this restoration will protect the dome for another 4 decades.
It was primarily cleaning, to be honest. The scaffold was put up. It took a month to set the scaffold in place.
While the interior dome looks beautiful with the scaffolding, we'll have to wait until about June to see the finished project. It will take a month to take the 70 tons of scaffolding down.
They're proud of what we've done, that we continue to keep up the high standards to keep our Capitol looking beautiful, and that they appreciate that view and still find it as inspiring as it did when it opened, when it first did in 1879.
Yeah, so like they said, it should be taken down in June. It's going to take a month, so they're starting pretty soon. But I think when they're done, we should all take a Studio 10 field trip, just like in 4th grade.
I agree, Claudia. Thank you so much.